for break, and as I promised Leonicona, my favorite morning duo on Katie and Home, and they can tell us a bit more about their show. But right about now, I am with my two favorites, Anne Nixie and Susan Joronge. Karibuni sana.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Asante.
We've been waiting for this moment all our lives.
Honestly.
I know I can see how longingly you're looking at my set, but it's just for today though. But welcome
we
so
shouldn't get
much.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is
Wow.
a show
It's
called
it's
Ladies Night. but
it's
I'm
very
feeling-
temporary. You know, it's the back and forth between women. We can't always be friends all the time. You know.
We keep it
But,
interesting.
yeah. But welcome so much.
Okay.
I'm sure you've heard Wira perform.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
That was
Beautiful
Do
voice.
you guys have that on your show? Ama
Thank you.
mmekuja kudoa entertainment huku.
Okay, but then Laura, imagine tutakufukuza kwa hii show.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
will
aggression
chase you out of your
imetoka
own
wapi,
show.
By the way.
Mi ndio kusema huku mmeingia hometown, yeah? Nacheza rough. But thank you so much for coming. I don't know how you feel about it. You've heard about the topic we're discussing today. So
Yes,
tell me, is it a
yes.
bit more like what you guys do on Wednesday? And where can guys find you?
A little bit,
Mhm.
yeah. We haven't talked about this yet, so I'm a bit like, skr.
What's
But
happening?
yes, so on Wednesday it's called Relationship Wednesday, and we discuss all things relationships, not just romantic relationships either. But yes, this is something that we would discuss on our show.
Yeah. And then again, you know, the idea of every time we tell people it's a relationships show, the first thing that hits you is romantic
Yeah,
relationships.
yeah.
And I like how she said, we just don't do that. We talk about our relationships with our pets, money, our friends, our work environment. It's pretty much everything.
And you know, like a lot of times in the working field, everyone is in competition with each other. Do you guys actually talk about that between the two?
Oh, yeah. Like you
Yeah.
portrayed the best example.
Of it.
Yes. So we should
No,
have
You
you on the
just
show.
sometimes leave set and you're like, oh yeah, today I can't deal with her.
Actually, what we do is we argue before. I don't think we've ever argued after the show.
Yeah, we actually don't.
but we argue before.
Mm.
So,
So
like,
just to get it out of the way.
no, even like in topics, like she'll introduce a topic, I introduce a topic, and we'll be like, why do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Like, why? And then you have to defend and explain yourself. Like,
Yeah.
so it's not like all
So what you
roses
see
and-
is actually what you get. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yes,
raw
literally.
and
Yeah.
honest.
And again, even on the show, we represent different ideas. We don't not like meet
Always
and then
agree
we're
on the
like,
same
oh no,
thing.
we're gonna talk like this. No, me and her disagree all the time, and that's how life is, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all can't be on the same page.
It's
And-
actually really funny. Sometimes we disagree about things like during the break, and then like I'll be like, hold that thought right there. You hold it until the cameras come back on.
I don't know, but I think like the attitude will change because they are very on the offensive. So I think me and you are going to do this together. Or
You're gonna be fine.
you know. But thank you so much. So today's topic is I call all topics very sensitive. It's a very touchy subject. I mean,
Uh-huh.
everything women is just touchy. And would you date someone younger than you?
Dun, dun,
First of all, why are we not asking would
dun.
someone younger date you? But still, let's just get it over with. Like, would you date someone younger than you?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Just start with Wira because me, I feel like here we do not end once it starts.
It depends. How much younger?
Mhm.
Like, is it just a few months or years? Like 5 years younger or 10 years younger?
Okay, let's say a few years younger.
I think it will be difficult for me to date someone young because I don't know. You know, girls, women normally mature faster than men.
No, don't you?
Facts.
We go through the most. We suffer, and you guys just can't relate.
Yeah. I don't know, we've tumejengwa in a special way, you know?
Yeah.
So we mature very much faster than men do. So if you date someone who is like 5 years younger than you, what
It's gonna be a
maturity
What are
levels
these?
imeachana, like you're here
Yeah.
and them
You're,
they're
you're
here.
totally on
So
different pages.
yeah.
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 that would be
Okay.
a problem.
I sort of agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of.
No, I think, I mean, I've met people who are a lot older than me who aren't mature at all. Both men and women.
Facts.
So
If you've crossed Susan's path, she's talking about
out
you
there,
right there.
no, not
You there.
everyone I've met, but like I've met people that are
Yeah.
like, after you hear their views and you're like having interesting enough in life to like make you maybe a little bit more open-minded or not
True.
as, I don't know, difficult or straight in your ways,
Mhm.
or just even just attitude or how they carry themselves or how they talk, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. Whoa. And then you meet younger people who are
Super
surprising.
mature,
Like, yeah, you meet
that's
younger people
true.
that make you feel like, guy, like, what have I been doing with my
Yeah.
life? So, I don't know. I would date somebody younger than me. I think it's a question of, I do agree how much younger than me is a big question. I'd like to think that I'm young. So, of course, at some point it will be legal. But,
Mm.
I don't know. I think it's a question of, I do agree how much younger than me is a big question. I'd like to think that I'm young. So, of course, at some point it will be legal. I'd like to think that I'm young. So, of course, at some point it will be legal. So it can't be 10 years.
Okay.
Because then that would be an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I think like maybe a 2 year age difference, depending on how mature they are, wouldn't be that big of a
That
deal.
bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
so
it's
for
usually
me
in your
though,
head.
For me though, to be very honest, I'm a very traditional person. I'd really honestly prefer to date a much older dude. No, like seriously. Because again, it's that one of, I don't know. I don't think God was, having mood swings when he decided it's going to be Adam and then Eve much later on,
Right.
So I'd rather just be that person. I don't want to say my rib is not with a younger guy, but the one that I got from the guy, yeah, technically
we read the
Christianity,
Bible.
yeah,
We
or
know.
your
We know.
theory,
We
yeah.
know.
So I wouldn't want to say that, but if I think about it, I think I'd be that person who's like, no. How old are you again? Thanks. Can we be friends? Yeah, period.
How much older is a lot older?
Oh no! As long as you're not married and you're not divorced,
Marriage has nothing to do with
age
like
has
how much-
nothing to do with
how-
it.
how
Just
much
don't be
older,
younger.
yeah.
Yeah, you can be 2 years older. You can be 2 months older. You
Mhm.
can be a few days older. That's
Mhm.
okay. You can be even 10 years older.
I
The
support
thing
that. I was
is
waiting
just-
for someone to share my views. I support.
Oh
10 years.
yeah?
Yeah.
As long as you're not divorced and you're not married, because
Uh.
now that's just being treacherous.
Yeah.
Yeah, ridiculous.
But
I don't know. I mean,
also-
at face value, genuinely, I wouldn't date. I wouldn't want to date someone younger than me.
Yeah,
But if what you have to offer, which and nothing materialistic, I'm talking in perspectives of, do we get along? Do we share the same interests? Can we
yeah.
actually sit and be a couple? And I just don't look at you sometimes nikwe, when there's a kuchapa,
Yeah.
like there's none of that. I look at you and I can talk to you and I'm like, this is someone I can share my life with. I think I
Yeah.
could date someone younger. But just based on the fact that society will be like, sasa una date huyo mnyanye, imagine haiwezi toboa.
That one
Like,
is- that one is
that one
hard.
is what
Once
would
other
keep me
people
away
know.
from
No,
that.
that's
So I strive to
true.
find someone older than me
Mhm.
who shares my interests and we have a lot in common. Just based
Yeah.
on superficial facts that
No,
I
but
can't live in
PS,
society.
P.S. If you're looking for one, you should stop. It's not
Mhm.
your job as a woman to
Mhm.
look for a guy to date you.
Mhm.
It's the job of the man.
No,
to
trust
look
me, I'm
for
not
you.
standing in
you.
town with
Yeah.
a signboard. I'm ready to date.
Oh, that's
like
been done
call
before.
this number.
You're older.
Of course,
It's
if
already
you're
been
going
done
out there to
before.
meet people,
Yeah.
you interact
You
with
were
people.
born,
Yeah.
And I'm also not just putting it out there like, you know what,
Yeah.
By
ready
the
to
way.
date,
Yeah.
bro, like come at me.
Yeah.
There's
But you
none
know
of that.
something, even
Uh-huh.
like a lot
Mm.
older can have a problem.
Mm.
So you'd be really happy and comfortable and be like, oh, he's older than me. And
Uh-huh.
probably at that time, even the materialistic, the same financial security would be there simply because they've been working for longer or they've done business for longer. So, but then you start like now in society, you will spend time with this person and their friends, and you realize that there's so much you don't have in common with them when they are
That's
10 plus years
true.
older
That's
than you, because
true.
they were a whole other generation.
Yeah.
So their jokes, their understanding, how they were raised,
Yeah.
the things that they watched on television, the music that they
Yeah.
listened to, which is like a lot of what you'll spend time socially discussing or will be your surrounding.
Yeah.
And after a while, if you're dating somebody for a long time, me, I'd be hella irritated if every time we want to watch a movie, I want to watch a new Netflix. You're like, no, want to watch Steven
TBT.
Seagal.
Yeah.
I'm like, Holmes. But you know what I mean? So
I don't know,
When
like you
you
see
have
for
some-
us,
yeah, CNN.
yeah, for us it's a bit, it's a question and then you can hide it. But for someone like her who's in the limelight, there's all these expectations of you. So do you pick a partner based on that, especially when it comes to age, based on what you're trying to push for society there as an artist, or you say, you know what, it's my life and I'm going to do whatever I want?
But I guess also you guys are in the line.
yeah, I was just going to tell
Yeah.
Laura, me, I don't know who you
limelight
think
the
is not
limelight
going to
is
see you.
different. Your limelight is different.
Wow,
boo.
Laura is deciding for
I don't
us
like
today.
don't like them on my side.
I was like,
You
everyone
decide,
watching
boo.
Katie
You're
and
bigger than
Buridani
that.
today, go to Laura's Instagram. and be
Buridani
like,
guys
we see
like
you,
here
girl.
together. When we come to their home stuff, they can do whatever they want. But here, it's what
Yeah.
today.
Mko pamoja.
For me, luckily, I started dating before I started my music career. So
Bless your soul.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
because of that, now me nitaendelea tu na the person that I started with. Yeah. So I don't think the industry would persuade me to choose
Yeah.
a certain partner.
Right.
No, it will just be me choosing the partner that aligns
You
with my
want.
interests. With
Yeah, but like you guys said, you guys are also in the limelight. So do you feel like maybe if you're dating someone younger and then you sit there on Relationship Wednesdays and you're giving people advice, there's some old-fashioned person in the house and they're like, look at this idiot who's just dating a child and trying to tell us how they know all these things when they're just
Yeah.
doing everything off book.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that would happen to
I don't
you.
even think it's. I'm worried about like they know that I'm dating a younger person. I worry that I'm single and I do a relationship show. Then if I get into a relationship, I'll be worried that I'm in a relationship and I do a relationship show and maybe everything's not perfect. Forget it before you even reach age.
I think you're overheating.
But it's so much pressure. I know when
It's like
Yeah.
when people look to you for, okay, what are they going to talk about relationships? Sio, yani niliona kichapo pale 18 na chali yake. And then
Oh,
right
yeah.
about now, you know you guys are
That's true.
together. It's
First
so
of all,
hard.
if you think you're going to chap on me, my friend, you have another thing coming.
But then there's this whole thing of when you're dating a younger man, you either have low self-esteem and you're looking for someone to boost that for
Yeah.
you. And do you feel like this is true? Or not for most part. Do you believe
Yeah.
this is true?
No, to be very honest, I feel like everything we choose to do definitely has consequences.
Mhm.
So if I'm, let's say I'm 36. Whew, that was a nice save. Let's say I'm 36 and I date a guy who's probably 25.
Mm.
So here's the
25,
thing.
mhm.
Yeah, first of
25.
all, he's likely to just make some comments and I'm just like, oh my God, please just shut up, you know?
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
we can't reason on the same page.
Yeah.
And then again, the society, as much as we
Yeah.
don't like to listen to what people have to say,
Mhm.
we kind of just can't avoid it because we form the society, you know. So
Yeah.
every now and then it's in your face that, wow, you're dating a way much younger dude, you
Mm.
know. So
But-
you have to be
Yeah.
ready. I feel like whoever chooses that path,
Mm.
you just have to be ready. Just know that
But
there's
you
gonna
don't
be
feel like it's
consequences.
a stereotype that younger guys are not mature. I remember there was a time we had a segment on your show. I think one of your first few shows.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, what age should you leave home? So I'm 18, I'm a guy, I left home, and
yeah.
I've already started a
Uh-huh.
life, like I've been
Mm.
through the most. I'm now
Uh-huh.
25. Maybe I'm
Uh-huh.
still struggling here
It's
and there,
different
but
for sure.
you know, there's someone who's 34 who left home when they were 32.
Yeah.
And for some reason, just because of society, you're dating this guy. You
Yeah.
don't feel like it's
Yeah.
also a stereotype or something.
It's a stereotype for
That's
sure.
for
yeah.
sure.
It's a stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again,
I don't know if it's a stereotype.
Yeah.
I don't know. If everybody is talking about younger men being immature and they have facts, figures, and stories, and everybody's talking about it.
But you see,
Even older men are saying, when I was young, I was immature.
but you see,
Then I don't
experiences
think
are
it stops
different.
being a
Experiences
stereotype.
are different. You
Yeah.
could be 23, and I watch a lot of inspirational stories because my life is a complete mess. So if you're watching this, please advise. And,
recommend us.
and there's this one of these young guys who started forex trading. He's I think 21, 22. He's already bought a jet. I know people are thinking, oh wow, what a waste of money. But he's talking in the sense of, if I'm making this money, why am I standing in line to go for a meeting where flights can be cancelled or they're delayed? Let me just buy a jet and get it
Yeah.
over with. I'm expected to be places. He's
Right.
making money, and people especially say maturity comes with what you've achieved. And a lot of times achievements are measured in terms of how much money are you making.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you
Mhm.
could be 35 and you're so mature, but you're living in a hut, and guys are like, okay, these are modern days, you're not that mature, you get. So I really think it's a stereotype.
I
Yeah.
think for me, it's
Mhm.
maturity is in the sense of growth.
Mm.
So even if you're 25 with a jet and you're a CEO and you can run this whole business and you're making a lot of money, there are also, like you said, his was stocks and stuff.
Mm.
I could be making the same amount of money and I mine Bitcoin. I never leave my house. I'm just as rich as that guy. I have zero social skills. I could be like this babe that we saw with Conscience on stage. These dancers are making bank because what they do, everyone wants to go and see, right? So I could be doing it at 22
Everyone.
and I'm doing it to help my family out of poverty because obviously they don't always come from the best of situations. And somebody else could be 60 making the same amount of money. I think it's a question of where were you 5 years ago, where are you
Yeah.
now? That's for
Yeah.
me is the
Oh, okay.
maturity. So
Okay.
like that's why when I'm saying these older guys say when I was young I was immature, that it's from reason of where they're at. It's when I talk to you and we have a conversation, I see your reasoning, I may think you're immature because of where I'm at. I don't think it's necessarily a thing of there's a maturity box that you can tick and there's characteristics that fall exactly under that. I don't think it's
Yeah.
like that because you will grow in your journey and it will keep going. I think also you can achieve a lot at a young age, but you're still gonna have experiences as you get
exactly.
older that will show
Yeah,
you
that's
more.
true.
So I think that's where
Okay.
maturity comes from. And you can also refuse to see it. You can talk to somebody who is 60 and they've just refused.
Yeah, and you know, like we live in a society where nowadays it's my life, I can do what I want. So when is
Yeah.
it not okay to date a younger man? What's your opinion on when is it not okay to date a younger man? Like now I'm in my 40s and now I see like there's a 21-year-old guy, and me, I'm convincing you guys, you know what, it's love. But
No,
you
you
guys
know,
can
the
see
thing
things
is-
and just
The thing
She's
is,
just laughing
first
and
of
we're
all,
like-
it's the idea of there is something that we normally say, yeah. Don't dwindle yourself or your self-worth just so you can make somebody else feel comfortable. So if you're probably doing very well for yourself, especially
Mm.
for the ladies.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, there you have some feelings for this guy, but you're not on the same level. Let me just
Mhm.
give a good example. If financially you're way above the guy,
Mm.
don't put yourself down because he has ego nini, I don't want
Mhm.
to hurt his man ego or whatever. No, leave the guy, man.
Mm.
Just leave him.
Mm.
Yeah, so when it comes to that point where now you have to put yourself down for somebody else to feel comfortable, then that's a no-go zone. Don't date a younger person. In whatever other context, love and whatever, and good, you go ahead. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah,
boo?
plus
Yeah,
you
do
know
you,
there's
boo?
infatuation.
Mhm.
So normally, remind myself or like remind my friends who are like maybe meeting someone new,
Mhm.
like just wait it out.
Yeah.
Just give yourself a few months. You know, you don't have to jump into a situation
Mm.
right at that point.
Mm.
So if you meet a younger guy and maybe you're like at your 40s, I don't know, maybe it's
Mm.
even your hormones that are like
Yeah.
just
Going
like
off.
yeah, just going
like-
off the roof.
Can I be honest with you? And unpopular opinion. My glow up came like when I was 21 or 22. So I can't wait to turn 40 and date all these guys in their 20s. Like I can't wait.
Yeah.
But but these are all things I say. Like when I make money, I'll date all these guys who like I was looking at and I couldn't have
Madonna.
because I
Uh-huh.
looked like this and I looked like that. There's that, and then there's I just don't.
They will
You
annoy
could be a
you so
youthful
much.
soul.
Yeah.
No, I could be a youthful
Date
soul.
one.
Unajua
Then you
naweza
move
kuwa
on.
you guys have seen my show on Friday. Do you think those people are that much older than me? No, they're not.
Right.
But sometimes nakaga niko like hata mimi nina fit hapa, this is
Yeah.
where I belong. So sometimes I feel like it's okay because you could believe you're a whole different person inside and this is the only person who can relate to you.
Yeah.
I feel
Right.
where it's wrong is when you're using your influence and affluence to get these people just so that unawanyima hiyo opportunity ya kugrow, like I'm 21, I'm supposed to start my first business, let it fail, I finish kampo, nimeingia job, nimefutwa, nimeingia place ingine, and unamnyima hiyo opportunity, and that I feel is wrong. I don't
Yeah.
know about you guys,
No, and
but
then
that's
again,
the
That's a
time.
good point.
Yeah, I feel like again we're talking a lot more about the woman being older and the guy being younger. Maybe we could introduce the aspect of now the dude is way older than the guy. What I have a problem with the society right now is the idea of maybe getting a man at his 60s going for a 21-year-old.
Yeah, but like
You
you,
know,
said,
the
you're
thing
very
is-
traditional, and back then they were marrying as young as 40.
Yeah, and that was okay because people were a bit naive at the time. There was no education, there was no exposure. But right now we're living in the modern world. So here's the thing: at 60, you already know at 21, dude, the person is just struggling and he's trying to find a balance in life.
Yeah.
So these older people know what they're doing. So you go sell all these fake dreams to this young person, telling them, "Oh, I'm going to make your life come true, your dreams come true, and whatever." But they know very well, just give her like another 3 years. She's gonna be exactly where you are right now.
Yeah.
So it's sort of so that manipulation thing is what I have a problem with. And what's it called? Like brainwashing, yeah.
Yeah.
Brainwashing the young people.
Yes.
Because these older dudes know what's up.
Mhm.
Success doesn't come on a freaking plate. And then they're taking advantage of the fact that we are living in the millennial age, the internet age.
Right.
We live in a moment where, what do you want? You want food? Da-da-da-da. Boom.
Get it.
Food is here. You know, you want anything?
You
Boom.
want a sugar daddy? Sugardaddy.com
It's
is
here,
there.
man.
All
Sugar
these
daddy-
things.
that's
All
the
these
thing,
things.
that's
online.
the
Click
thing.
and get.
So again, so these older people are taking advantage of the same
Yeah.
and now using it on the young people. And the young people are really happy because, God, I want bread. Here is bread,
Yeah.
I don't get freaking stones when I ask for bread.
Yeah.
God, I don't even mean to nini your word.
I-
but
I think
yeah.
it's
And at the risk of sounding like one of those chicks, Manze, there was a time life was so hard. For me to find out how I know sugardaddy.com, trust me, I know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did I was like, I'm cute.
how hard
Like
can
I'm
it
so
be?
cute. Like how
why
hard
am I
is it to
struggling?
make a
Yeah.
living in Nairobi?
It's
and-
hard, by the way.
And I just looked at myself and like I'm so pretty. Imagine I
Yeah.
can do this.
Yeah.
Then halfway through sign up, I was like, it's never that serious.
It's never
Yeah.
that
Like
serious.
school is just graduation is like 2 months away. Like
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
might
can
as well
do it.
just wait.
But
yeah.
we all go through these things, and
Mm.
that's why I'm saying like depending on what you're going through, like there's some things you just. And it's a mental thing, especially the society we live in. You're on social media, see all these people, such big
That's
lifestyles.
true.
Yeah.
That's
And you're like,
true.
you know what? Siwezi deal na utu tu vijana.
Yeah.
Unajua wewe kaa na mama yako for a while.
Yeah.
Me,
Kana mama yako.
you-
Yeah.
Those lifestyles
True.
are most likely exaggerated.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're exaggerated, and now we're just stuck there comparing our lifestyles with other
To
people's
one
lifestyles,
another's.
and then now you just pressure yourself so
Yeah.
much.
And
It's
it
so
doesn't
in
make
your face
sense.
as well. The only way to deal with it is just to like not look and not be there in that space,
No.
because also there is a lot of fake things, but there's also just a thing of everyone's life will be different and everyone
Yeah.
will, like though you said you had your glow up, imagine you'll have another one at 30 and another one at 40. They're just different.
It's immense. It's like,
And-
welcome to my set.
Yeah.
Here's your
Finally.
This is what it took.
And Nixie is
But I
still on the ballot.
Yeah. But you guys were talking about like why you wouldn't. I think also we have to acknowledge the fact that this the age gap thing is real, but also a 40-year-old and a 60-year-old, that is a 20-year age gap, but they will have more in common than an 18-year-old and a 38-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's for
there's
sure.
also that. Like you have
There's
to think
that.
about it that way. So if it's like why you shouldn't date this younger person, it's like what is it you're looking for? Because what is it? There's an exchange of sorts. There's always an exchange. It's always so it'll be more transactional, I guess, when you're the wealthier one. But even when you're not, when one person isn't necessarily so much richer than their partner, there's always an exchange. There's always a give and take. You're this person, you have these qualities, you have these things. I'm this person, I have these qualities, I have these things. There's a reason. There's something you're benefiting. Otherwise, you should not be with me. If you're getting nothing, by the way, why are you with this person? This person doesn't motivate you. They don't help you. They don't help you focus. They don't make you feel good. Like, why? Why are you with them? So there's that thing of a lot of the time when someone who's a lot older, you've met more people simply because you've been on this earth longer.
Definitely.
You've, done more things with your life.
Yeah.
And then you're suddenly going for somebody a lot younger. There is some using there. There's a reason that you want to like be with this person.
Yeah.
So I think it's more about like assess yourself, because even though you're saying the 40-year-old woman will date somebody who's in their 20s, I'm like, what is it you're looking for though?
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
now, like genuinely and blatantly, honestly, yani ile ukweli ya ndani, would you forget maturity, forget what, forget face value? This is, you're here, you've come for my Friday show, you work everyone's like 18, 19, and they come and they tell you, hey, Shorty, you're so fine. Yeah. Nas mi spin na mayengs. Utadi.
First of all,
And
that
they're
line.
very young.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is that what you'll say?
That's-
Yeah.
You'll say, I'll
Oh,
pass.
you tell them about us. Because they're
Pass.
calling you.
Excuse me? I
So
pass.
what would me? It's exactly those words. Hey, Shorty, niaje like na mi spin na mayeng. What exactly from that intro would just tell you? Would you just say, first of all, young man or little boy? No.
Kwanza hiyo mi spin na my hands. Hiyo tu imetosha, to just tell me that this is not gonna work out. Yeah.
So
But
there's
to go on the same
language.
wavelength, the language, yeah.
You also want to communicate to someone who.
Yeah,
Really
if maybe they come, it could be by the way a young person, then they come tell me, hey, I really loved what you did and you're so beautiful. Can I like talk to you for a second? The way they carry themselves,
Yeah.
maybe you
Yeah.
could give them a chance. But me spin on my hands,
It's a wrap.
it's
So,
a rap. Like,
I'm assuming there's a guy, like, especially like with my nephews, I try and emphasize the fact that how you approach someone is a big thing. How you carry yourself is a big
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You can't beat experience as a teacher,
That's
but
true.
I can try and help you fake it in your way in life. So a guy comes at you, he's 19 years old, he's talking all this language. Would you just say no based on the fact that he's 19? I'm not saying that any of you are like past 18, but I'm just saying. This guy is
Wow,
19.
thanks.
oh yeah, thanks.
Sweet,
Times
but
16.
everyone watching knows the truth.
No, but here's the thing, yeah. So the same example that you're giving, it happened to me once. So I was in a club, yeah, and I don't even know why I went there. First of all,
It's okay.
and it turned out,
Okay.
it turned out, it turned out that it was a young people's club, but I didn't know because I looked at the
Next
parking
when you
lot.
are
Well,
cooking
let
that
me
tell
towel,
you.
because
Towel.
I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
in town. It
no, by
wasn't
the way,
in
you guys,
town.
there's
It wasn't
actually
in
young
town.
people's clubs outside town.
Yeah.
No,
Really?
it wasn't actually in town, and it was a very young people's club. But I didn't know because from the parking lot, I could tell these were serious people.
But
So
these
it was
days you
young
can never
people.
know.
That's the
Cars
thing.
can't
It was
tell you.
young people, I think, who had stolen their parents' cars or something. So I'm in there with my friend, me and another chick. We are almost age mates, and we're just sitting there enjoying our drinks and talking. And then this boy comes from nowhere, and he's like, "Ati, hi, Shori, I kind of like you." And his pants are way past his knees, first of all, and he's way shorter than me. Do you know, I just turned and told him, son, you need to chill out. You need to chill out.
I feel
And
for
you know
if
what
you're
he
watching
said?
Your first heartbreak live on TV. I am so sorry on her behalf. That's
And you know,
what
do
me.
you know what the guy told me? That like this guy was very pushy.
They're
He was
always
like,
so
Ati,
confident.
who's talking about age here? I was like, oh my god.
It just gets worse.
Oh my god.
I think
Do you know we
what-
had to kick him out?
I
Literally.
think the worst thing about young guys is how confident they
They
are.
are.
And
God.
It's ridiculous.
and unajua nile,
uh-huh.
I'm here and you can't tell me no. Like, what else?
Yeah.
I'm the best you'll ever get.
Yeah.
I mean, your expiry date is just around the corner, so you might as well take what I'm giving you. You know, they come with that kind of
And you know
attitude.
Yeah.
something, with that, for that reason, I think I want to all women who have extremely young men who come into them with that extreme confidence, bordering on arrogance, let him down. He needs to start getting used to it. He needs to understand these things happen. He needs to understand it's not God's gift to this earth.
Amen.
So tell him, by the way, I know you've never heard this before, but no.
Yeah.
So, like, for you, I'm saying there's a well put together guy who's come to you. He's 19. He's getting his things in order. You know him, his focus. He knows by the time I'm 25, which life doesn't hand you oranges like that. It gives you lemons instead. And he's like, by 25, these are my plans. Of course, he's not coming to you and telling you, now, here's my blueprint. Take me as I am.
Yeah.
There are things he's doing that show you that he's a mature guy. He's been through this. He's seen this. Of course, he can't compare with, you know, in 5 things could change in 5 years. There are things you could see and be like, oh my God, I missed the best years of my life. And now you want to do them. But here's a guy well put together, 19 years old, coming to you, Susan, direct on LNS, sent a text, and now he met you out there and is like, now I want you, boo. Not in
I
those
think
words, in a better
it's
language.
just like I think if the approach is actually really like though you're saying he's well put together and stuff, most likely he won't mention his age when he first talks, and neither will I. So we'll probably end up going for that first date or have a further conversation then.
Mhm.
'Cause
So it's
also
a
I don't
possibility for you
advocate-
guys
yeah.
if he's well put
But-
together.
But the moment the age comes up, I'm not gonna lie, it could be an issue.
Yeah.
Because also, this thing of how somebody approaches you, you can have somebody who's 40 coming and approaching you the same way and saying my yanks. And I'm like, hold on, you come to talk to me, you want to spend more time with me, and you've decided your opening statement will involve other women, my yanks, as in plural. You know, there's already like, even the way you say, sorry, na.
Yeah.
The confidence, like, you've come into my space, you're asking me whether I want to spend time with you. You could very much just continue sitting where you are. Me, I was not bothering you.
Yeah.
So yes, if with a good approach, we'll probably talk more and everything. But with the behavior that I see now going forth, and then now the age coming up, that will determine whether or not we date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So-
again, there's normally this switch thing in your brain. You could be chilling and you actually really like each other.
Yeah.
Until one day you talk about the age.
and you're like,
And then you know what happens? You start realizing, oh no wonder that day. Oh no
Yeah.
wonder. No, it makes sense. This dude kinda ugly though. Now you start seeing other things, you know, on top of that, yeah.
Changes your
Yeah,
perspective.
it changes everything.
It does.
you know, I
like
saw somebody talking about how they went to do, I think they were replacing an ID or an NHF card or something.
Yeah.
And they were like, these 18-year-olds, can they stop going to Huduma centers to get IDs? Because they were like, nini unafanya na your ID? Like, you still have to go to school. You're not paying any taxes. You don't need a KRA pin. You're taking an ID. You can't get NHIF or NSSF because you can't pay it.
Transact with the
So he
pesa.
was like, unaja, ninaenda, napanga line the whole day when I was supposed to go back to work because of 18-year-olds. The person was like, until you have something to do with that ID, please stay at home. So I think it's also kind of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
'cause
know
you'll
who
be
not,
like-
not to vote into the government.
No,
What?
because you're just like, with dating and everything and all this stuff, I'm like, there's so much we have in common. Somebody won't understand why they can't see you every day in the week because they're not working.
Yeah.
Because you're still in school and then you're working simply because of age. Yes,
Yeah.
I was in school just like you. You know, it's
Yeah.
small things.
Very true.
You'll
Such a
want to
time.
hang
But-
out with
but
me and
do
I'm
you,
like,
do you think that, like the way Anixie said, she's very traditional. It's also something that's been set on our minds. Like as a woman, I
That's
know
the
we're empowered,
thing,
but
yeah.
you know you're looking at 30 and you're like, let me just withdraw Kidogo because I'm supposed to be a certain age. I'm supposed to date a guy a certain way because I've been through this. You're not actually giving them a chance. I know, Susan, you're
Laura.
not falling for this.
Who are
no,
you
I think I
vouching
just have
for?
to meet
Uh-huh.
them. These
Yeah.
young ones who are like these, the ones Laura talking about, Miss Jackson and wow.
They're rare.
Yeah, I
they
think
don't
that's what
exist.
it
I don't
is.
know.
I-
Oh,
I-
maybe,
I was-
maybe they do exist.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
was- I
you
was-
know they
I was-
exist, but you know what they're doing? They're busy in school doing what they're supposed to be doing at their age, hitting on girls. their
Also, I'm
age.
not going to look for them in class. I'm just speaking of another hypothetical man. Like this person, every woman in every relationship talks about an ambitious man, someone with all this ambition. I think they're both in the same category. So
as
if you-
young good
yeah, you know, young good men and all these ambitious men. I date a man with ambition even without money. those are one and the same person.
They
Hypothetical
work on a
characters.
potential one exists. No,
Maybe.
they do. You know why? Because where do these others, when they finally reach and they're successful, I think it's also that thing of you see the success when it's there. No one, like even the journey, like even when they come on shows like ours to be interviewed, you never even have enough time to talk about the struggle. So you're talking about all these amazing things, the person where they're at now,
Yeah.
or what they have
Yeah.
done. No one starts there. So either you started when you were young, like these people, if you look at musicians and sports stars, they started when they were 5, 6, whatever.
Yeah.
If they're successful at 15 or they're successful at 20, they still started a long time
They had
ago.
to
They were
start
still a
somewhere, and
journey.
it wasn't.
It's
easy.
the same thing
Yeah,
with career
so I think
and
what
business.
we've gotten out of this is depending on the way the conversation goes, because every relationship starts with a conversation. It's a hi, a
Definitely.
bye, you know,
Yeah.
and you pick up from there. Dating a younger man isn't an issue
No, it's not an
based
issue.
on what you want.
They just have to be very special.
Missy, if you're trying to hit Susan up in her DM, you've got to be so much special. And I don't know what you're gonna do to be part of that special group, but you have to try so hard. Like, I've really
So-
tried to wase wangu wa Friday nimetry kuongelelea
Yeah.
amesema
It's not
nini
coming through.
amekataa. So but I love how the show maybe perhaps
At
and
least
you can
Nixie
take your
said-
pick
what
of the
did you say,
litter.
son?
Oh yeah, son, you need to chill down.
You
son.
can take your
Chill
pick
out.
of the litter, and you can see my sons every Friday. And yeah, please just tell them people where they can get you, and maybe indulge you in this conversation.
Right. I'll go first. So for Relationship Wednesday, it's every Wednesday morning. You will be with me and Nixie on KTN Life and Style, which is on KTN Home from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Very fun topics. Talk to us on the KTN Life and Style pages. And when our show is on, use the hashtag KTN Life and Style. And then for me, you can talk to me on Twitter using _. And on Instagram, you can use Sura_common.
Okay, so for me, you can catch me on Instagram at @Ann_Nixie and Twitter at @NMate. And again, our Instagram page for KTN Life and Style is KTN Life_Style. Did I get that right? Of course I did. It's my show, okay? And we're going to continue this conversation right there. And people can actually suggest what
Yeah.
topics they want us to
Of
talk
course.
about.
Mhm.
I feel like we have the same sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this show and that show.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
but
can
I speak for the oppressed, my sons.
Oh,
I
yeah?
speak for them, yeah.
Oh,
As we
okay.
speak for the women's, the other side.
Yeah, we speak to the international audience.
Oh,
Ouch.
Just to
and
put that
Ouch.
out there.
It's a cold war out here, but yes. If you're just joining the show, she did a hell of a performance just before you guys joined in for the
Yes.
Thank
third
you.
segment, and she'll just tell you where to get her music and her as a person, just in case you missed it.
Okay, you can find me on YouTube. The channel is Wira. That's WIRA. On Instagram, it's Angie Wira. That's ANGIWIRA. On Twitter, it's Angie_Wira. And on Facebook, it's Angie Wira 254.
Kabisa, man, the show has been lit. And my young boys out there, I've tried to speak for you. Wamekata. The few that have accepted, wamekubali shingo upande. But you know, the conversation doesn't stop here. The show is KTN Ladies Night, and you remember the hashtag is hashtag KTN Ladies Night, and you can find us on Instagram at KTN Ladies Night, and on Twitter at KTN Ladies Night, and on Facebook KTN Ladies Night. Share your comments, give us your suggestions. If you want to be part of the show, discuss with us on the panel. Come here, tell us. If you disagree completely with Susan like I do, please do come and join the bandwagon. But the show haijaisha, because right about now tunataka kuingia segment ya ngoma, and this is my favorite segment in the show. Juna gets kuba nakuta baridi because it's a bit cold. But on top of that, the show is Ladies Night, and we were just having a good time. It's unfortunate it had to end because I still had some more points. I would have changed you.
Yeah.
I would have changed you.
Come to Relationship Wednesday.
But the show is KTN Ladies Night. Msitoke hapo.